Hey everyone, what is up? I'm Nadia. Welcome back to the Lovely Wolf channel. And about a little over a week ago on Tuesday, I was blessed and got struck by lightning luck and saw the musical Hamilton at the Pantages in LA. Now, I am a huge theater nerd, I guess you can say, and I've been a fan of Hamilton for like about a year, I want to say, and I never thought that I would be able to see it, let alone with my whole family, with the exception of my brother. My sister kind of got into it before me, and then I got into it like so like hardcore or whatever, and then I started playing it like so much, and then I went on a road trip with my parents to Arizona, and my dad bought me the CDs, and I just played it all the way through, and we just listened to that the whole weekend. So I got my parents into it, so we were all pretty obsessed with it. And when it came to LA, we were just like, we're just gonna do whatever we can to find 4 tickets. We don't even need to sit together, like we just want to go and just see it. Don't care where we sit, don't care at all. And my dad had been looking on so many websites to try and find whatever he could, which made me nervous because you can never really trust what is being sold out there or if it's being sold for the correct price or whatnot. And so my mom and I told him, like, you just go to the box office at the Pantages and just see if there's anything, you know? So that Tuesday, the 15th of August, that Tuesday, after work, he went to the Pantages and just stood in line and walked up and said, I'm looking for tickets for Hamilton, just any 4 you can get me. And the dude was just like, oh bro, like this is sold out until December, like there's nothing. And my dad was all just like, can you check? No. And so it was just kind of expected, and he was just about to walk away, but then some guy came and just like talked to the ticket booth guy and then walked away, and the dude was like, oh, hey, to my dad, and then he goes, 4 tickets just opened up tonight if you want them. And my dad was all, can I'd have to make some phone calls. And the guy was just like, stay in line, like don't leave or else the next person is gonna get them. Just take all the time you need and call anyone. And so he called my mom. And funny thing is, I was at practice. I was actually at Jamba Juice with a friend, and my sister was getting ready to go to Disneyland. And my mom was just like, what? Like it was, and these seats, I can't even tell you how amazing these seats were. It was in the orchestra in the 7th row. We were like off to the left side a bit, but it was the 7th row of the orchestra, and the tickets were like $220 a piece. And it was my grandma that wanted to pay for us to go see it. So lo and behold, I left Jamba Juice as quickly as I could. My sister said, nope, I'm going to see Hamilton. And within 2 hours, we were sitting in our seats. And I had never been to the Pantages before. Everyone in my family had. My sister had been there twice, but I've never been there. And so I walked in, and it was just, that theater is so incredibly beautiful. And like, so being someone who wants to pursue acting and mostly on the stage at this moment, like just I went to the front of the stage, my sister and I, to take a picture, and just I wasn't even on the stage. I was standing in front of the pit and just looking out into the audience of people. I wasn't even performing, and it was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is so amazing. And I couldn't believe I was there. And I saw the Hamilton set that I had seen in pictures so many times online, and I was just like, I'm going to see it. This is actually happening. I can't believe it. Like, I'm almost 2 weeks away from that, and I still can't believe that I saw it. And so, like, we were sitting there, and then all of a sudden, it's time for the show to start, and you hear King George's voice saying like, oh, welcome to my show. And it's just like, And I was just like, no, like I could already feel that I was going to cry at any moment because I just was just overwhelmed with happiness and excitement and just ready to see a great performance. And don't get me wrong, like I was nervous since I had been listening to the original cast for so long, like Lin-Manuel's voice, Daveed Diggs, Christopher Jackson, all those great people. Since I had been listening to just their voices as these characters for so long, I was kind of nervous to see how I would react with new people. And obviously I should have known, like, I mean, I did know, but I shouldn't have even given it a second thought because all of their performances just, they knocked it out of the water, like, out of the water. They just knocked it out of the park. First of all, the guy who played Hamilton was an understudy in this is the playbill, and in it came this like little paper thing which usually means that there's an understudy, and it was for Hamilton. So I was just like, all right, Ryan Alvarado, let's go, like let's see what you got. And he was perfect. Like anyone who has to play any of these characters, like obviously they have big shoes to fill, and like it's such a big honor, I can only imagine. And so the fact that it was just as amazing was just, I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm just gonna talk about a few characters just because like there was, okay, my sister was incredibly taken away by the guy who played Aaron Burr. This was Joshua Henry. He really showed what it was like, because of course, like it's not only Alexander's story, it's it's Aaron Burr's story and how he like slowly deteriorates in mental health or whatever, and goes like how he's driven to shoot Hamilton. And so he absolutely took what it meant to play Aaron Burr and just created art as the character. When Wait For It came on, like me, my sister, and my mom, even my dad, obviously my dad, we were all just so emotional listening to that song because it's such a powerful and beautiful song and whatever. So I think he was the most impressive out of everyone, like, and everyone was so impressive. And I was really excited to see how the Lafayette Jefferson actor would do, because that is my favorite character, because I love Daveed Diggs and stuff. So I was just like, all right, Jordan Donica is this really, really tall guy with an afro and stuff, and he just, oh my gosh, he just did it exactly how I would have imagined it to be. Like listening to the songs and seeing Daveed do it in like little clips or whatever, I had a picture of what it would be like to actually see it, and he just exceeded my expectations. He like did the whole thing where he like shakes his afro and stuff, and it was just so great. And Guns and Ships, let me tell you, Guns and Ships live was the apps. It was just I don't even have words for it. And another thing that I was so excited about was when I was looking at the cast, my eyes immediately went to like this girl right here. I doubt you could see her, but her name is Emily Raver Lampman. It went to two people, Emily and this guy Ruben. Emily I immediately recognized because of her hair, and I was just like, she is from the original cast. Like I know that anywhere. She's on my sister's Hamilton calendar. And so I look at her like description, whatever, and voila, she was part of the ensemble for the original cast, and now here she is playing Angelica Schuyler. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I have someone from the original cast here and let me tell you, she nailed it. Her voice is so powerful. Her stage presence was just overwhelmingly beautiful, and it was so, all three Schuyler sisters were great. Peggy took a little bit getting used to because she had like a really, really like husky voice, the Peggy Mariah character, and obviously Jasmine from the original cast had like a lot higher voice, so that took a little bit getting used to, but regardless, she was still amazing and beautiful. And then the second person that immediately caught my attention was this guy named Ruben, who played Lawrence and Phillips, and I knew him. Like I don't know him obviously, but my family goes to this other theater called the Candlelight Pavilion, and it's a dinner theater, and it's always great performances. And I knew him immediately because he played Usnavi in The Heights when we saw it there, and I got so excited. Because I loved him in as Usnavi, so I was just like, wow. Started from the bottom, now we're here at the Pantages, like that. I mean, not that the Candlelight's the bottom, but like, you know what I mean. So it was so cool to see like a familiar face and be like, no way, like I can't believe that he's here. And, you know what I mean, he's nice to look at, very nice to look at. I'm just kidding, but no, he did an amazing job as well. When, I don't want to give any spoilers for anybody who's trying to see it or is waiting to see it. Obviously, in the soundtrack on the CD, you don't hear the different transitions that happen in between some performances. So, like, I knew that there was some stuff that was going to happen, but a lot of stuff I was really surprised for, like, of the in-between. If you know what I mean. In between songs, there's some stuff that happens, and so. They just like, it was a great surprise and great like thing to watch. Yeah, he did really good as Lawrence and Philip is what I'm trying to say overall. And this man, Isaiah Johnson, I think that's him, the guy who played George Washington. Yeah, Isaiah Johnson, he did really great as well. I love Christopher Jackson, and he obviously he played George Washington so perfectly, and so did this man also. I cry. I get the chills. I still get the chills to this day listening to like the really powerful songs on the soundtrack. Like the first song, Alexander Hamilton, Satisfied. I'm just gonna talk about Satisfied really quick. Going back to Angelica. That was the first time that I cried when I saw when watching Hamilton. That song is so powerful and there's so much emotion in it, and she captured it so perfectly. Like you could feel what she was feeling through that song, and I just lost it. There was this little girl sitting in front of me. She probably like 7, 8, 9, I don't know, but she kept on. She was a kid, so she wasn't like so like into it. She kept on looking at me because I was mouthing the words to every single song, and I was crying a lot. And she just kept on looking at me like, "What is this weird girl's problem?" And I'm just like, "I'm sorry, this is so beautiful," because it is just any live music is great, and well, for the most part, live music is always better. Anytime you get a chance to go see live music, you have to see it. And someone who loves musicals, just from hearing all the songs on the soundtrack to being there in the 7th row, listening and hearing every melody, every harmony just being sung in front of you I can't even describe the euphoric sensation I felt when I heard all of those chords. Just, it baffles me that people can sing that good. Like, I don't know how they do it, but it's just amazing. It was amazing. Every song was amazing. Every time I cried, it was amazing. I cried in Satisfied, Wait for It, It's Quiet Uptown. Oh my gosh. Big round of applause for the young lady that played Eliza Hamilton. Okay, I don't want to mispronounce her name. Miss Pfeiffer, I'll call her that because her last name. She did an amazing Eliza, and she just, when you get to the like Reynolds pamphlet and everything, like you could just like in Satisfied, I could feel her emotion, and I can see her emotion in her the way she presented herself. It was just every single character and everyone I look at I'm such a nerd. I look at everybody. So when you're on stage, someone is watching you, whether you're in the front or in the back. Someone is watching you, so you have to be like obviously acting the whole time and reacting to everything that's going on, and everybody just did that so perfectly. Obviously, I mean, it's the Pantages and it's Hamilton and stuff, but yeah, it was a glorious performance. I felt like when it was over, I wasn't sad, and I wasn't angry or sad or anything when it was over. I was just like speechless, just like at a loss for words. Like, and I was just like, I just saw Hamilton. Like, that actually happened. I can't believe this happened. Like, what? It was what? And I had a time trial for cross country the next day. It was just so unbelievably amazing. God just bless the genius that is Lin-Manuel Miranda. And just, like, if you're not someone who is into theater or musicals or anything, like, I would just give it a chance. Like, there's so many different art out there, so much different art out there that comes in the form of musicals that I just can't even, like, express how glorious it is, and just the amount of talent that comes out of these things is so incredibly amazing. So that's my experience going to see Hamilton. I've never talked this much in a video before, and I hope that I didn't lose my way too much. I kind of just started talking and just went to go see where it led and whatnot. So if I lost you at any point in this, I'm so sorry. It's my first time talking this much. So let's talk about the merch for a second. The merch table was poppin', alright? It was expensive, but it was poppin'. If I had like unlimited money, of course I would have bought everything, but I don't have it with me right now, but I bought a black shirt that had just the classic star with that, and then it says Hamilton, an American musical on it. And then I got that same design, but in a black sweatshirt. And then I got buttons because, my backpack's right here. My school backpack, yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with buttons. So, obviously I was gonna get the button set. It came with 6. I gave one to my friend Vanessa, but it just says Hamilton, an American musical on all of them with like different silhouettes of different people. Like there's the Schuyler sisters, there's Hamilton and Eliza, Alex and Eliza. And so yeah, and then obviously my parents bought like other stuff. My mom got a coffee cup, of course, and we just had the most amazing time together. We couldn't believe that we still can't believe I held my grandma in the biggest hug ever, because I just can't thank her enough for we saw Hamilton. I can't thank her enough for that, and just it was so incredibly amazing. If you don't know Hamilton, just please like I really recommend taking the time to listen to it. Even the mixtape. Like if you already know that musicals just aren't your thing, I would at least check out the mixtape, because it's just all beautiful pieces of work. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched all the way through, thank you. Once again, I'm sorry if I lost anybody at any time during this video. Yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what you'd like to see us do in the future. Thank you for watching. Catch y'all later.